Well, welcome to the 700 Club. North Korea is being provocative again with 3 missile launches in just the past week.
Those launches could signal the diplomacy with the North isn't working. And it could mean a serious foreign policy challenge for President Trump and our allies. Jennifer Wishon has the story from Washington.
The launches indicate North Korean leader Kim Jong-un is still working to build up his missile program, and Washington isn't happy. President Trump says he takes the North's latest provocation very seriously.
Nobody's happy about it. I know they want to negotiate. They're talking about negotiating, but I don't think they're ready to negotiate.
U.S. officials are looking into the type of missiles Kim fired. State media reports various long-range strike means were tested, but the details are important because if the North is testing ballistic missiles, that could result in even more sanctions. And North Korea's unsuccessful attempt to get sanctions relief is what's led to the current diplomatic stalemate with Washington. South Korean President Moon Jae-in warned Kim his actions risk throwing cold water on negotiations. In a recent speech, Kim said he hopes to continue talks with Trump, but would seek a new way if the U.S. doesn't loosen sanctions. As tensions escalate, the U.S. has seized a North Korean cargo ship carrying coal that was used to violate international sanctions. Coal revenue is believed to fund the country's nuclear weapons and ballistic missiles program. White House officials say President Trump isn't backing down.
Our position in regards to North Korea is going to continue to be the maximum pressure campaign. Our focus is on the denuclearization.
North Korea's missile test may indicate Kim is taking a step back from diplomacy, which poses a serious ongoing challenge for the Trump administration and America's allies. Jennifer Wishon, CBN News, Washington.
Well, this just underlines why so many administrations, literally going back to the Korean War, have never been able to come to peace with North Korea. The negotiations always change. There's always something provocative coming out of them. It seems like they just intentionally stir the pot as soon as it seems like they're close to coming to a deal, coming to a negotiation table, signing a treaty. And then whatever is signed is routinely ignored. So once again, they're being provocative. Once again, they're launching missiles, which put the whole region at risk and are threatening, I mean, really, this is beyond saber rattling. They're saying they have a nuclear weapon and can deliver a nuclear weapon to South Korea or to Japan. So the whole region gets at risk. This is intolerable. I encourage the president to continue to try, but at some point you've got to say, can you even trust the other side? In other news, a growing number of states are taking action against pornography. John Jessup has that story from our CBN News Bureau in Washington.
Thanks, Gordon. More than a dozen states have moved to declare pornography a public health crisis. The Arizona State Senate approved a resolution this week to prevent exposure to porn that younger kids can get online increasingly easy. At least one legislative chamber in 15 other states have adopted similar resolutions. Critics say the threat of porn is exaggerated, but a number of the resolutions are based on a model written by the National Center on Sexual Exploitation, an anti-pornography group that points to research linking porn to multiple problems. Well, Alabama lawmakers postponed a vote on a proposed abortion ban Thursday when some Republicans stripped an exception for rape and incest from the bill. Shouting broke out among state senators on the floor.
Abortions.
No.
The measure would make performing an abortion at any stage of pregnancy a felony. The bill's sponsor objects to the exception for rape and incest, saying the exceptions could hurt the goal of creating a court case to weigh whether embryos and fetuses are people with the rights of personhood. The bill was written to create a challenge to Roe v. Wade and go all the way to the Supreme Court. Well, despite all the controversies in recent years, Chick-fil-A is set to become the third largest fast food chain in the country, right behind McDonald's and Starbucks. That's according to food service consultants Technomic in the Wall Street Journal. Chick-fil-A has almost doubled the number of its stores to around 2,400 since 2007. The controversies came over CEO Dan Cathy's opposition to same-sex marriage. Critics called for boycotts while others showed support. Regardless, customers kept coming because they still love the restaurants and the food.